Hello, my name is Mike, and welcome to the channel update for post-June 2017. I hope you had a fun 4th of July weekend. Unless you're in the minority of viewers who do not live in the United States, then I hope you enjoyed your weekend in general. June was a pretty good month for the channel. We hit 50,000 subscribers, which is a nice round number, a big round number. Not too important in the grand scheme of things according to Google's analytics and all that stuff, backdoor and YouTube. View count probably matters more than subscribers, but nevertheless, 50,000 subscribers. Didn't really think we'd hit 50,000 subscribers in 6 months. That's pretty cool. The channel keeps growing. More people are following the channel on Twitter. It's consistently getting more and more views, and I think the channel is doing pretty good. I'm pretty proud of what we've gotten accomplished so far, and I hope to continue it on in the future. Another thing that keeps growing is the amount of subscribers we have on Patreon, which really helps out. We had a few more pledges last month from, let me go through the list here. I'll try and pronounce your names correctly, but apologies if I mess that up. Elijah Kapaska, Luke Miles, Reese Pelkey, Troy Bastman, Kieran McNally, and Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. I'm not sure if that's his maiden name or not, but that is what he is going by. YouTube itself, however, continues to be a small source of frustration as its unpredictable nature is made ever more apparent. Every month I have no idea how well the channel is going to do, and in June it took a dip, pretty solid dip, lost about 20% of the ad revenue. So Patreon is definitely welcome, helps compensate for some of that loss. Hopefully it bounces back. I can't really figure out why, but every once in a while a video will get plenty of views, but it'll have maybe a 10th or a 20th of the ad revenue that it should have generated compared to other videos of a similar size and type. So, not entirely sure how YouTube's analytics work, how it's analyzing the video and monetizing it, and it can be a bit frustrating, but we're pushing through it. We're just gonna keep seeing it through. As for the videos that were released in June, we had more Fallout multiplayer that's going strong. Zach and I are enjoying it, having a lot of fun, and we look forward to continuing that into the future. And Mass Effect has been going on Thursdays, and it's about to wrap up soon. I've really enjoyed playing through with Zach. He's tolerated it. It's not really his cup of tea, but he's really getting into it, and he's beating it for the first time. So I look forward to watching him make the decisions. I liked watching him struggle with the decision, the very, very difficult decision to save Ashley or Caden. He struggled so very desperately to figure out which one he even remembered, and he eventually made a decision, I guess. Zach and I have also enjoyed playing through Mass Effect on Thursdays. That's starting to wrap up soon. Only a few more episodes left of that until we get to the end of the first Mass Effect game. He's been having fun. I've been enjoying watching him play it, and I look forward to watching him beat the game. I look forward to taking on Saren and watching his decisions. See if he decides to maybe save a few people, maybe appoint a few people. We'll see. Dragon Age, I've really enjoyed so far, and I'm probably going to beat this one. I really do enjoy it. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be a pretty long game, so it might take a while, which is good or bad depending on how you want to look at it, but I enjoy it. Just long-running series in general, though, don't do very well on YouTube. Don't get a whole lot of views, but I enjoy it. I'm gonna keep playing it because I enjoy it. Similar to the original Fallout game, the first Fallout game, the isometric, before Fallout 3, before Fallout New Vegas, the very first game. That's been getting some views. I've been enjoying it. It can be pretty frustrating. It's a very difficult game to adjust to. It's the whole turn-based battle system and battlefield tactics. They're difficult to adjust to, but you can pick them up, but the gameplay itself is a bit tedious. The turn-by-turn battle, definitely not as fast-paced as modern Fallout games, which is why I cut out most of the combat in that game. So it takes a long time to record episodes of that, but nevertheless, it's still an interesting RPG, and I've heard comments of people trying to play Fallout 1 at the same time that I was, but they had to stop watching because I went a completely different route. And so I was playing parts of the game that they had not, and they had been playing parts of the game that I may not even get to, which is always the sign of a good RPG. If you can just kind of split up, go completely different directions, that's definitely the sign of a good RPG. So I definitely want to keep playing this game. I'm planning on seeing it through to the end, and then afterwards, probably jump right into Fallout 2. That's my plan. As for what Zach and I are going to play after Mass Effect, he has already decided that it's going to be Alien Isolation, one of his favorite games, a game that I tried to get into, but I just couldn't get past the first hour or two. So, much in the same way that I pushed him to complete the first Mass Effect game, he is going to push me to at least enjoy Alien Isolation. I just really couldn't get into it, but he just really enjoys it, so I'm sure that we'll have some fun with that. We also have a bit of fan art from last month. We've gotten little bits and pieces of fan art here and there, and it just seems a little surreal to see fan art of something that you yourself have created. It's definitely a good feeling. I'm glad people have been enjoying the Fallout multiplayer as much as Zach and I have creating it. We have a lot of laughs. And the fan art was created is just like a little chibi version of myself and Zach as our characters in Fallout, talking about our favorite Sesame Street characters, which is an odd moment to say out loud. But I thought the fan art was pretty good, so I'm just going to post it here. Again, that was by Jacob Perrin, and I thought it was a pretty good piece of fan art. I think it quite accurately captures our personalities. Those faces that him and I are making in this picture, it's pretty much how we look 90% of the time. And that about wraps it up for the month of June. Overall, a great month, and looking forward to July. I got a couple questions this time. First question was, do you plan to play Fallout New Vegas, the Frontier mod? And the answer is yes. We're probably going to play a lot of mods on the Wednesdays, Fallout multiplayer with Zach. I don't know how long it'll take for us to get to the Frontier mod. It's slow going. We're barely making it to Vegas in the base game, and there's a lot of content we haven't been able to get to yet because there's just so much of it. Fallout New Vegas is such a great game because not only was it an amazing game that was made in 18 months, but so many people have made mods for it. It's just got a life of its own at this point. So, will we play the Frontier mod? Yes. Eventually, I might do a series, like a mini-series on its own by myself before we get to it. But eventually, we do plan on playing a lot of mods, including the Frontier mod. I've seen that mod, it looks pretty good. And another question we received was, do we plan on doing Mass Effect 2 after we finish Mass Effect 1? Yes, but not directly. Like I said, we're going to go from Mass Effect 1 to Alien Isolation, and then I think after that, I'll try and get Zach to play some Mass Effect 2. And if he doesn't get Kelly killed with his bad decisions, then eventually we'll go into Mass Effect 3. That's the plan for now. And even if he does get Tally killed, I'm still going to try and push him into Mass Effect 3, but he's probably going to put up a lot more resistance if that's the case. So again, thank you for being a Patreon supporter, thanks for enjoying the channel and sharing it with your friends, and I hope you have a great July. I'll talk to you again soon. My name is Mike, and this has been the Channel Update. Thank you for joining me.